colores.
De colores.
First and foremost, I want to congratulate y'all on living your Cursillo this weekend. God called each of you by name to be here, and you said yes. Today, you begin your 4th day, which is the rest of your life. My name is Philip Luna, and I lived my Cursillo a year ago. I come from a family of Cursillistas. My wife, my sister, my parents, cousins, aunts, uncles, and even both sets of my grandparents. I've grown up around Cursillo, but I've learned that knowing about Cursillo is not the same thing as living it. I'm here today to share a little bit about my 4th day, where I am now after the weekend, and what it's looked like to live this out in ordinary life. For me, Cursillo marked the beginning of getting to know myself better, growing in my relationship with Christ, and learning how God works through friendships. Not perfectly, not dramatically, but consistently. And I'll be honest with you, I'm very much a work in progress. What I've learned is that God doesn't ask for perfection. He asks for obedience, availability, and a willingness to stay connected to Him. I used to think that living my faith meant having everything figured out. What I'm learning now is that it really means showing up, even when I don't feel strong, even when I don't have all the answers. Some days my prayer is strong. On other days it's short and messy. And I've learned that God is just as present in those messy days as He is in the good ones. Sometimes even more so present in those messy days. But what has changed since Cursillo is that I don't walk away on those days. I stay. And God meets me there. So how do I stay connected? I was very blessed to live my Cursillo with my cousin Diego and his brother Alejandro, who Diego was on team this weekend, and we stay connected through our group reunions, but also through everyday life. Sometimes that looks like prayer. Sometimes it looks like playing basketball or golf. Sometimes it looks like supporting Diego at one of his music gigs, going out and sharing a drink, celebrating holidays, or just showing up for one another in whatever it may be. And I think that's very important to say, because living your 4th day doesn't always look religious. But Christ is present when friendship is real, when accountability exists, and when we choose to not to walk alone. As a 28-year-old Cursillista, a husband, a brother, a son, and now soon to be a father to my baby daughter who's due in July. I'm very aware of how blessed I am, but I'm also very aware of how much I really need God every single day. God never promised us an easy life, but He did promise to be with us until the end of the world. And I've learned that when I stay connected through prayer, through community, and through honest friendships, I'm reminded that I'm not doing this on my own. If there's one thing I've learned in my 4th day, it's this: don't try to live this alone. I've learned that when I isolate myself, my faith shrinks. When I stay connected to my group, to prayer, to honest friendships, it grows. Not because I'm doing more, but because I'm letting others walk with me and remind me of who I am when I tend to forget. My prayer for you, my new Cursillo brothers, is that what you experience this weekend doesn't stay here. Take it into your daily lives. Stay connected. Lean into piety, study, and action, not as tasks, but as ways to stay close to Christ and to one another. Because without God, we can do nothing. But with him and with each other, we can live our fourth day faithfully. And I'll leave you with something that I heard recently that really stuck with me, and I hope it sticks with y'all too. Peace begins when resistance ends. De colores.
De colores.